All right. Hi, guys. Welcome to the Crushing Fear series. My name is Audrey Meyer. I'm the host of the Crushing Fear series. How to live a life. I'm so excited. How to get out of your comfort zone, live a life full of adventure and success. I'm so excited you guys joining the show. We're just having so much fun right now. And today we have someone really special to me. So I want to introduce you to Peggy Hall. Hi, Peggy.
Nice to see you, Audrey.
I'm always very happy to see you. So before, I'd like just to do a quick introduction about Peggy. And then I want to tell a little bit more because we met 10 years ago, right, Peggy?
Yes, that exactly.
And I just want to say something really personal because you helped me so much. Thanks to you, my life totally changed. You've always been my inspiration, my motivation, your energy, your smile. It's just amazing.
Thank you so much, Audrey. Meeting you was a highlight because you were one of the pioneers in my Yoga for Surfers training. And when we met, we were of like minds. So I can't wait to talk to you today. And I'm so excited for all of the people's lives that you've touched and inspired. And really, that's our mission in life. So
Exactly. So for the audience, guys, let me tell you a little bit more about Peggy, who is also an amazing surfer, and she's a certified instructor who started, you were the creator of the best-selling instructional yoga series, Yoga for Surfer. So if you guys haven't heard about Yoga for Surfer, if you're into yoga, you're into surfing, it's a must. You guys have to Google it, Yoga for Surfers. You're going to love it. So something you wrote, Peggy, in your biography, which is very interesting. You say, no stranger to stormy seas in your own life. Wow. And we'll get back to you after that,
okay.
right?
Yeah.
So Peggy has discovered how to keep her head above the waves and focus on the brightest days ahead. And that's exactly the type of positive encouragement, support, and inspiration she provides her clients who look to Peggy for expert guidance in creating vibrant health, natural beauty, and emotional well-being, right? Peggy can also help you positively transform your life as she has done for thousands, for me, for sure, thousands of individuals around the world with her Living Swell. Love the word, by the way, Living Swell programs, products, and positive encouragement. Sorry, my French is coming out. For vibrant living. Wow, love it. Peggy, thank you so much for being here tonight or today for you with different time change.
Yes.
I'm so excited.
So am I, Audrey. Thank you for that introduction. I
Thank
appreciate it.
you so much. So yes, I love when you say no stranger to stormy seas in your own life. So we would all love to hear a little bit more about that. So what do you mean by welcoming the storms?
Well, I think many of us are trying to eliminate the storms in our life. We try to arrange our life, our work, our family, our endeavors so that we don't have to go through the storms. We might even ask people to pray for us that the storms go away. And I understand very, very well loss and traumas and trials. And I'll speak a little bit specifically in a moment. But even myself, when I was younger, I thought something was wrong with me if I had problems, that I should be able to handle things, that life should be smooth, and that if I had problems, I wasn't good enough and I wasn't doing it the right way. And very often we try to like out paddle the wave, it's behind us. I have some friends on Hawaii, and the lava coming from the volcano, they're trying to stay ahead of it. I understand it's a natural way of looking at life, but what happens is that is the fear, and the fear is what holds us back. And I want to talk about why it's so important that we don't poke holes in our ship. And those are the steps that I'm going to talk about, and I'll talk a little bit about my stormy seas. And the reason I state this, Audrey, is because like you and me, we are both positive encouragers. People come to us because we tell them, you can do it, right? Right? You can do it. Don't give up. People come to us because they like our energy, our optimism, our cheerfulness, the idea of you can do it. The problem is that sometimes people look at us, you and me, and they think, well, of course, that's Audrey, that's Peggy. They don't have any problems in their life. I could do it if I didn't have any problems. But I know you've had loss, and I've had loss. We've had challenges, family loss and health challenges. And even though we have a smile and we have a cheerful attitude and we have a positive attitude, actually, not even though, because of the stormy seas, because of the storms, we grow. And that's why I say, welcome the storms. The storms will help you grow. And I'm going to tell you how the storms can help you grow.
This is so true. This is so true, Peggy. It's like we both always smiling, but it doesn't mean we perfect, and it doesn't mean we're superhuman. We still get hurt, we still have feelings, and we still have to use those fear or those big waves, to learn, or those loss. It's like I lost my mom, and it's just, it taught me something, right? It made me stronger. But it's just, we all have to go through this experience to grow stronger, right?
That's right, Audrey. And that's what I call resilience. And resilience to me is like a beach ball. And if you have all of the loss and the traumas and the health challenges and maybe financial problems, relationships, family, maybe you had to move, or anything you can think that is pushing the beach ball under the water. And many people, the weight of their problems causes a poke in the beach ball, and then the beach ball loses air and it's underwater and it won't bounce back. I understand this, and it's okay to go through those times, but we don't want to be stuck in those times.
Right.
And so when I feel the pressures and the loss and the challenges and the setbacks and the heartache pushing, I tell myself I am going to bounce back higher, stronger, and better than ever. Now, it's not enough to just say it. I want to give you the tools, but that is the mantra that I tell myself. This is going to help me grow. Or better, I like to ask myself a question, because if I ask my heart and my mind a question, they can give me a very good answer. So rather than complaining about something, I'm going to ask, how can I grow from this?
Right.
How can this help me grow? Now, the answer might not be today. The answer might not be tomorrow. It might be many months, even longer. And then I say, now, what I went through has helped me grow. Right. And some people, the beach ball pushes them so far down, they drown. They can't bounce back. And I'm going to share with a couple of tips on exactly how to do that. Because if you push the beach ball a little bit, it bounces this high. Yeah. You push it a little more, it bounces this high. You push it all the way, it's going to bounce so high, right? And that's resilience. And we all have it. We all have it to a certain degree. Most of us didn't learn this as we were growing up. We learned the opposite. We were told, don't fail, don't make mistakes,
don't cry,
you're not doing it right. Yeah, and we can hear other things we heard, right, growing up. And that causes the fear that we're not good enough and that we're not doing it right. And I understand. I live, you know, in the United States, the society is all focused on success and achievements, and there's nothing
Right.
wrong with that. But we need to remember that we can't outrun the storms, and let's use those storms, and let's not poke holes in the ship. And that's what leads me to my next point, is what we know: the storms are coming, and we're going to sail from here to our destination. And for
Right.
somebody, that might be getting in the best shape ever. It might be losing weight. It might be moving to a new location. It might be changing the job. It might be getting married or getting divorced. I don't know. It could be any.
For the best.
That's right. Any issue in your life where you have to set sail on your destination, you have here and you have there.
Yeah.
There will be storms along the way. And the first thing that I see that people poke holes in the ship, and then you're taking on water. And if you're taking on water, once you get to your destination, you're not even able to handle whatever life does bring you. So the very first way that I found in my experience with people getting stuck where they can't bounce back is they literally get stuck in what I call the comfort of sympathy. The comfort of sympathy. Sympathy is when people say to you, "Oh, you poor thing, I'm so sorry." And it feels good. It feels good when people give us empathy.
Do it, right?
It's okay. It's okay, but we don't want to be stuck there. Now, I tell you my personal experience. Last year, I had a very challenging life and health event. I lost my vision in my eye. I had what's called a retinal detachment. It was a spontaneous retinal detachment. I had just finished teaching my water fitness class. You know how fun that is.
Yeah.
And I had my sunglasses, and I took off my sunglasses, but it looked like my sunglasses were still on. And I'm blinking away, and I started to go blind in this eye.
Oh, wow.
It was a medical emergency. I had to go and have a hospital surgery, and they reattached the retina, which was a very delicate and complicated surgery. And I had to be in bed, not moving, for several weeks while the retina reattached.
And for you, this is really hard, right?
It's really hard. And I told all my students what was happening, and I asked them for their prayers, their well wishes. Here's why I wasn't going to be teaching them. And so many people helped me with their prayers and their emails, and they sent me cards and little gifts. And after I was healing, I still kind of felt I wanted to get all the cards and the gifts because it felt so good to have somebody really caring for me.
Right.
And we have to care for our own selves too. What happens often, if somebody has a difficult time in their life, a health issue, financial issue, a personal issue, a relationship issue, people will say, "I'm sorry, how can I help?" And sometimes having other people take care of us feels so good, we don't want to stop it.
Yeah.
And we stay stuck in our sympathy and our suffering. Now, let me explain the difference between suffering and hardship.
Sympathy. Yeah.
It's very, very important. This is where most people make a mistake, and this is where most people don't bounce back. Because of my eye, which is okay now, I can see pretty well. It's still healing, but I'm on the mend. I had a support group with other people who had the same issue. And many people spoke so negatively about themselves and about their eye. And I was shocked.
Wow.
Because everything I said, these people said things like, "Why me? Why did this have to happen to me? Everything happens to me. Life's not fair. This is not going to go right. Oh, fine."
Yeah.
And I understand the feelings, but saying those words are poking holes in the ship. Yes, we all are on the same storm. We're all in the same storm, but I don't want to poke the holes. In fact, I want to put up the big sail. I want to get myself ready so I can handle the storm. So
Absolutely.
instead of why me? Why did this happen to me? Everything goes wrong in my life. Here we go again. This isn't fair. What if I go blind? What? No, I said, my eye is healing. My body is healing. My life is healing.
Yes.
I made a list of everything that was going well in my life. I had excellent medical care. I had my husband to help me. I could take time off my work. I was healthy in the rest of my body. I had food to eat. I had a house to live in. Every single blessing, every single gift, I consciously made a list of. I actually recorded it on my phone because I had to stay in bed, and I would listen on my phone of all my blessings.
I love it.
Because, Audrey, I didn't know the outcome of my eye, just like my other people. Nobody knew what tomorrow has. But from here to our destination, at least during the time, I can get stronger and more resilient. And then if there is a tragedy, I will handle it. And that was my other message. Here's my so the first one, so that's the difference between suffering and pain. We all had the same circumstances. We all had loss of vision, exactly the same.
Yeah.
But the suffering is all the negativity that you put on top of your circumstances. You can't change the circumstance,
And
but you change the way you look.
Energy on that, right? Concentrating on the negativity, it takes energy. So you don't need to be focusing on something which is gonna not bring you anywhere, right? So
you're exactly
looking
right.
forward. Yes, yes.
Yes, looking forward. And it's very important for people to understand that negativity has a negative effect inside our body physically. So you gave the introduction about I focus on the vibrant health and the natural beauty and the emotional well-being. The vibrant health comes from positive encouragement. It is scientifically proven that if you spend all day saying, why me? Why did this happen to me? Life's not fair. What's next? Why did this happen to me? You are damaging your body. You're damaging your health. All of the negative chemicals now are in your body, making it more difficult to heal. And I'm not surprised that some of the people that were negative had to go for a second surgery, a third surgery. They had complications. They were so angry and frustrated, they delayed their own healing. The positive self-talk, the encouragement, regardless of the destination.
Right.
In the meantime, you still feel better. So don't add the suffering to your pain. So that's my first
step. I love it. This is so important, right? And it's like I always say, you eat healthy, you drink healthy, you breathe. If you do exercise, you breathe healthy. Yes. So why creating this negativity energy? Because it's energy, right? That you bring into your body, or like you're creating this negative thought, which is going to bring into negativity, negative action. So it's just so true, Peggy. I love it.
And Audrey, I think some of the reason people stay stuck in the comfort of sympathy and suffering, this is what I've learned and experienced in my life, is that it's very sad, but they somehow think they need to be punished, or they need to punish themselves. And I remember you told me at our training that your mom told you to enjoy your life, to live your life, to, don't wait, don't put it aside. And the other thing I remember you said is, it's okay to be happy. It's okay to be happy. It is okay. And not only is it okay to be happy, it is okay if you don't have the storms. Sometimes people create their own storms because life is going smoothly, and then they are afraid. And that's one of the other things I'm going to mention. So I'm getting ahead of myself. But yes, some people, we need to remind them that you are worthy. of
Yes.
joy, of
Yes.
health, of living your life, regardless of your age, your experience, what you've been through. Even more, you and I smile even more because we know how precious life is, how limited our time is, and let's make the most of it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's true that some people who are feeling good, you have the feeling it's like, oh, it's not normal that I feel good. Something bad's gonna happen to me, right? And they're creating this auto-destruction
Oh,
because they think it's not normal to be happy, that something's gonna follow, something's bad's gonna follow. And it doesn't have to be, right? We just can enjoy the
you're,
moment of this positivity and happiness and share it, right? So
you
I
are
can
so
work
right.
to hear more about what you wanted to tell us.
Yes, so you're so right. And the second way that people poke holes in their ship, which makes it difficult to bounce back, is they are stuck in the culture of complaining. I know how easy this is when one person complains and it's like a disease. It's like catching the flu. The next person complains, 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 complains. Now, the only thing I complain about is complainers.
That's a good one.
But it's okay to complain. I used to think that the more that I complained, it meant that I cared. If I complained loudly, it meant that this thing was important and I wanted everybody to know about it. And I thought if they joined me in my complaining, then I had validation for the way that I felt. Now, let me say that all emotions are valid. If you want to complain, please offer a solution. But to complain about something that you cannot fix just to draw other people in, as you mentioned, it's a waste of your energy.
Yeah.
So what I will do is I will actually look for the silver lining. And I call that the hidden gift. What is the hidden gift in your suffering? What is the hidden gift in your pain? What is the hidden gift in your setback, in your storm? You may not see it today, but there always is a hidden gift. Always. Even in the most painful loss and challenges, I promise you it's there. And that's part of what I do, Audrey, is I help people with their emotional healing.
Yes.
If they are struggling and they say, Peggy, I don't see the hidden gift. I am caught in the culture of complaining. I am suffering. That's what I do, is I help people with my total life enhancement. But just being aware of, am I complaining or can I think of something good, makes all the difference. So awareness is the key. And what I tell myself is, I can't wait to see the good that comes from this. I
Yeah.
can't wait to see the good that comes from this. With my eye, I kept saying, maybe my vision will be better than ever. I'm going to have the operations and maybe I'll get some glasses. Maybe my vision will be better than ever. And that makes me feel better, whether the outcome is that or not. At least
Absolutely.
I feel better. And
Right.
as you just said, we deserve to feel better. We don't need to suffer.
Absolutely. Totally. So you had a third.
I had a third one, which is being addicted to fear. And the name of your series here has to do with overcoming fear. And I want to talk a little bit about why people seem to be addicted to fear rather than breaking free from the fear.
Yeah.
First of all, fear is natural. It's normal. It happens to everybody. There is authentic fear and there is false fear. Authentic fear is you don't want to run out, in front of a car. I mean, I would be afraid of that.
Right.
Maybe some big, scary, bear running after you. You're going to be afraid. That's okay. But the false fear is if you lay awake at night worried that a bear is going to come into your house, that's false fear. And I have had people ask me, Peggy, I'm afraid that I will get a disease. I'm afraid that I will get diabetes or Parkinson's because my parents had it. What can I do? And you can imagine my advice is to enjoy each day. No one knows the future. And the tips that I'm sharing now are part of that. Now, the reason why people get addicted to fear, and some of our high-level athletes here can understand, there's a surge of adrenaline that comes, like when we're surfing.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, you're in the kite surfing, and I mean, that's way beyond what I could do. And what happens is we get a jolt, and that jolt makes us feel alive, and we're alert, and we can see things, and we feel things. That's true, isn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And it gives us a lift. Now, when you get that lift from paddling for a big wave or taking off on a big air, or some people are mountain climbers, or they like to jump out of airplanes or go on a 100-mile bicycle ride, that is a useful way of creating the adrenaline and releasing the adrenaline. You are releasing the adrenaline. That's why you feel so good after a surf session, because all of the stress has gone away.
Yeah.
But what happens, Audrey, is a lot of people create a fear without releasing the adrenaline, and they are stuck on high anxiety. They can't sleep at night. They're tired when they wake up. They can't concentrate. They think they have memory problems. It's the adrenaline and the cortisol and other of these chemicals that have not been released.
Yeah.
Now, there's a part 2 to this. Some people are addicted to the fear, and they stay in the high anxiety because their life is a little bit flat. They have had depression. They may not even know it. They may feel empty inside. They may have reached a certain age. Usually it's around 40 or 50 and beyond. You say, this is it? Wait a minute. I didn't live my life, and it's going.
Yeah.
And that can leave you feeling very flat and empty. And so people will turn to things like gambling, spending money that they don't have, buying things that they don't need or they can't afford. They will overeat because they're excited. They'll drink. They will have affairs because it's exciting. Drugs
alcohol
is another one. That's right. Alcohol. All of these are a way to lift, and even be addicted online, on Facebook and everything, because you're excited.
Yes.
It gives you the lift, but it's not a healthy, sustainable lift. And I call that being addicted to fear. And you mentioned it, how people are nervous about everything going smooth, and they create drama.
Yeah.
They create chaos. They'll have an argument. Some people even get sick. Yeah. They might have an injury, and it's because the calm seas are not something that they're used to. Yeah. So what I want people is to recognize that fear and to find healthy ways of releasing the adrenaline. And it's okay to feel calm. Many people come to me with problems with their sleep. And you know what? It's usually this. It's usually the anxiety and the fear. It's not that they need any sleeping pill. It's to look at what's going on in their life and to have some opportunities to release that. And so there's a way you can journal, you can talk to somebody. The physical exercise is fantastic. And to really spend some time understanding, how do you want to live your life? You are the creator of your life on earth.
Yeah.
Spend some time consciously creating it. Don't just let it happen.
Yeah.
So that's one of my things too.
I like to say you are the captain of your own boat, right?
That's it. That's exactly it. Yes.
So I love that.
Perfect. I'm going to use that.
Great. Great. Yeah.
That's perfect.
Sailing through rough and quiet sea, right?
Exactly.
But you're the one putting the big sail, the small sail, going upwind, downwind.
That's right.
Driving, sailing your boat. Well, Peggy, I love it. I love all this information. And time is going fast. I'm just checking out.
Okay.
I'm like, wow. So we're going to have to wrap up everything soon. And I know you have a freebie for the audience.
I
Can
do.
you tell us a little bit about that?
I am so excited, Audrey. This is actually a surprise because this is something that I've done for myself for the last 2 years, and it has changed my life for the better. I'm a very energetic person. I can usually get up and start working, and I can do a lot in a day, but I started sailing off course. I had a destination, but I ended up going somewhere else. So what I do every morning, speaking of the captain, I do my captain's log. And the captain's log is how I plan out my day, how I chart my course. And there are some very interesting components. I give you one of my PMOs, which is my positive mental outlook, to help you chart your course. I help you determine what are the most important priorities for you, because many people deal with procrastination, perfectionism, being diverted and distracted. I do all those things. I understand. So I want to give all of our viewers a sample of my captain's log. I'm going to give them a page where they can see how I chart my day, and it helps me keep separate all of my to-dos. Those have to go down on the captain's log, but also the big to-dos, like my outlook and my priorities and who I want to be to people and how I want to be to people and to myself. And it is easy. It takes you can spend 5 minutes or 15 minutes, and I do it in the morning. And then just like a captain's log, and then you do it at the end of the day. And then the beauty of it is you have a log. And so if your husband says, "What day did we go?" You can say, "I'll tell you," and you have it. So it's a little bit different than a journal, and it's a little bit different than a planner. And I hope that everybody will take advantage of it. And I will give the link actually is peggyhall.com/hello, because I want to see everybody. Hello. And that's where you can get your free gift.
Love it. Love it. And it's going to be also on the bottom on
Perfect.
the interview. So don't worry about that.
Okay, great.
I love it. I love all this information. I love your energy. You smile. I love to see you. So thank you so much, Peggy, for all this information. And thank you to the audience for listening, for learning, sharing, for the energy. Thank you guys so much. And I see you tomorrow for the next show. Thanks, Peggy.
Bye. Thank you, Audrey.
Bye.